Dennis, where do you learn, and what are the things you learned this year in how your game gets better?
I mean, it's been a year with a lot of new experience for me. The amount of games I've been playing and how to treat your body to make that possible, and just learning more things about being a professional. It's obviously tough to reflect this tied into our overtime loss here, but sure in the upcoming weeks I have some more energy to analyze it and reflect over the season so far. Yeah.
When you look back, especially on that time when you get a chance to be around the Leafs, what do you feel that added to your season this year?
That was fun for sure. Rewarding. Felt like a reward to the work you put in. So it was nice to see, get a feel for how they have it up there. Which I mean, the second time I was called up, felt like easier instantly because I kind of knew how things worked. So definitely a plus, and to be able to practice with those kind of players, it's always a benefit, and it was fun for sure.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but is there a moment in this season, a game in particular that you remember that is a high point for you? I don't want to. I'll give you as much time as you want to answer that, but go. Is there a moment there where you can think back and say, "Wow, that was a really fun and great game," or even a moment amongst the club?
Honestly, the first thing that comes to mind is probably one of the wins we had at late here in the season when we really needed points to get to the playoffs. I felt like those wins felt very special and rewarding. The OT win we had here against Belarus was pretty sick too, especially after letting in that equalizer with 19 seconds. It felt even better. That was the first for me. Never played an overtime like that, even though it lasted 50 seconds or something. But it was especially a good part of the season. Yeah.
Mikko, where do you feel you improved over the entire season?
I think I improved almost everything. Like, I think most important thing was how I battle, how I defense. I felt I was solid and reliable. So I think that was the biggest thing what I improved.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but is there a moment, a game in this season that you look at as the high point in the season, a particularly fun time?
The whole year was fun. Like, there's no one moment when I remember like that was the biggest moment, but I really enjoy my time here and I can't wait to come back.
Topi, where did you feel that you got better over the season?
I think I got used to small ice compared to Europe ice, and also my defense games was better, I think, at the end of the season than at the beginning. Those are maybe two things where I improved, what I think.
Can you think back to a moment in the season or a game or particular something that happened that you would think is kind of the high point of the season?
I don't know the high point. We played good long road trip when we had 8 games there. We got a lot of points there, and also I think Ronnie came back there after long injury, so that's a big game in Hershey. So I think that's the one thing what I remember from this season.
Nick, when you take a look at the stats, there's obvious improvement in your game, including the plus minus. Where did you feel you improved over the course of this season?
Yeah, I think just trying to be more responsible in all areas of the ice, and just continue to round out finer details and different points of my game.
What will you end up doing over the course of the off season? Work out with somebody?
Yeah, I'll be back in Boston, training there, and yeah, just continue to try and get stronger. Continue to work on skating and getting faster, and yeah, just working on that.
Is there a certain point in this season you look back on and there's a memorable moment, a game, a stretch of games?
Obviously, I think The game here Friday was pretty cool. Winning that in overtime, that was pretty awesome. And the weekend series in Syracuse, we were able to clinch playoffs. That was pretty awesome as well.
Marshall, where did you see your greatest improvement this season, do you think?
I think just little things, maybe not getting too high or too low, just understanding to stick to my process, and I think that's led to success, so I'm trying to stick with that.
Also some growth off ice as well, do you think?
For sure. I think every year you get older, a little more mature. You could take on a little bit more of a leadership role, and that's something I'm enjoying, and it's been good.
What will you do over the course of the off season? A couple of weeks off and then into something, or are you the kind of guy who can take some time off?
Probably, yeah, maybe a little bit of time off, but the way the season ended maybe leaves a bit of a sour taste in your mouth. So I'll probably get to work sooner than later.
When you take a look at what's required and what you think is in front of you in the road, where do you need to even become better as a player?
It's hard to pinpoint one thing. It's kind of a cliche answer, but just bigger, faster, stronger. Maybe a little bit more experience will help and guide me into what drills I'm doing, how much time I'm taking off and those kind of things. But, I can't really put my finger on one thing.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but is there a high point in this season? You had a tremendous playoff as far as goals scored and points, but I wonder if there's a high point in this season that you could put out there as kind of either a stretch of games or a game in itself that you're going to remember out of this past season?
Obviously, it's a bit of a recency thing, but the last playoff one, I think, was something I'll look to as something to build off of. I think we gave up a lead there, and there's a lot of belief in the room, and guys didn't fold over. We were able to kind of pull together and make sure we came out flying in the overtime.
When you look back at this team specifically most, what will you remember about the guys in the room?
There's a lot of returning guys, and they're obviously, everyone's great, but it's just you're growing up together in some ways. You're maturing. You're understanding what makes you successful and maybe what doesn't work. The memories off the ice are for us, but those are the things I'll remember the most.